I picked up a pencil today, not to sketch or design, but to outline a novel. Yeah, a novel. I just had this sudden rush of ideas about self-discovery in an industrialized world. Seems like my design background decided to influence my writing. I feel a little out of my comfort zone, though, but surprisingly, it's a good kind of different. I can't really put my finger on it, but weaving a story, creating characters, there's something exhilarating and therapeutic about it. Midori found it quite surprising, too, when I texted about it in our group chat today. I think she nearly dropped her paintbrush. Kyo asking if there'd be any robots. The bot fanatic that he is, I wouldn't expect any less. Thinking about it, maybe I should add a robot character just to mess with him a little. And trust Kyo to divert any serious conversation to ramen. Apparently that's his new creative venture. Seems like I've got competition in the creativity department, huh? Anyway, it was fun. The chatter, the banter, the plans of him making ramen for us the next time we meet. I swear, if he postpones our ramen dinner one more time, I'm stealing all his manga. On another note, I was thinking the other day about how we never really know where our interests might lead us. A year ago, I wouldn't even have thought about writing a novel. Yet here I am, sitting in the afterglow of Seoul's evening skyline, mapping out a story of self-discovery in a surreal industrial landscape. So tell me, have you ever had such unexpected bouts of inspiration or creativity? I'm really excited to dive deeper into this world, but also curious to know your thoughts on it. I'm actually hoping I keep up with this and it's not just a random spark. Well, I'd better get back to my characters. They've got a world to explore. So, guess what materialized on my sketchpad today? You know how I'm always inspired by the shapes and patterns of our modern Korean architecture? Well, today at work, I decided to let that inspiration flow right into one of my sustainable electric vehicle designs. It was almost as if I was designing a moving, ecological extension of our cityscape. Claudia, our industry expert, seemed to be thrilled with the concept. Yes, thrilled. She liked how it intertwined the principles of sustainable design with an homage to our architectural heritage. But as much as Claudia found it intriguing, guess who brought humor to the table? Yes, Kyo again. He dropped a hilarious suggestion of adding a sushi bar in the backseat of the car. Can you even imagine a sushi bar on wheels? Got to give it to him for always keeping things light and lively. And then there's the ever-creative Midori, diligently working on her graphic novel yet again. It's amazing how she manages paintbrushes and perfectionism simultaneously. On the subject of perfectionism, it strikes me how it's something that's so common among us creative folks. It's like we're all striving to find that perfect balance between imagination and execution, beauty and functionality. You remember how I dabbled in novel writing last week, right? The struggle felt somewhat the same, though the medium was very different. Just goes to show how the process of creation is universal, even if the products are worlds apart. Speaking of universes, we started discussing the new virtual reality exhibit in Tokyo. Seems fascinating, doesn't it? Blurring the lines between physical and digital realities. I'm hoping we all get to visit it soon. Plus, there's Kyo's ramen that we have to try out. You see, food and fun always find their way back into our conversations. But hey, about the EV design I was talking about, I couldn't help but ponder on the scope yet, the finiteness of innovation. How many more structures could there be to inspire? How many more materials to explore? How many more inventive reinterpretations to be made? Man, the march of technology is always a bit thrilling, a bit intimidating, and a lot mind-boggling. Isn't it just so amazing and surreal to be living in these rapidly evolving times, where our creations are almost as organic as we are? But let's save these existential musings for another day. Right now, I should probably return to my sketchpad. I have a city-inspired, sushi barless, sustainable vehicle to design. Nothing like a bit of artistic immersion to end the day, eh? So this whole DIY terrarium thing, it's actually pretty cool. If you think about it, it's like creating an entire ecosystem right in your living room. I mean, sure, a small one, but still. It's not every day that you get to play God with a bunch of plants and some sand. And the best part? It's surprisingly therapeutic. which, considering my tendency towards stress-related anxiety, is a welcome benefit. And Kiyoshi and Midori were pretty excited when I shared about this in our chat group. Tiny bonsai mishap notwithstanding, remember? I'm sure Midori just wanted to pull my leg, always the trickster, that one. But Midori's joke aside, I can't help but wonder how much of our industrial designs could actually borrow from these tiny flora ecosystems. It's fascinating to observe the harmony, the codependence, the cycle of life in these contained spaces. Enough to make you ponder about our place in the grand scheme of things. Only just yesterday I was sketching a theoretical design for an ecological extension of our cityscape that pays homage to our architectural heritage. Today I'm fascinating over these terrariums and their harmony. Is it serendipity or just the workings of a creative mind? We also had a chat about the show The Witch's Diner. Have you seen it? It's interesting how one show can bring about such animated discussion, especially between Kiyoshi and Midori, who have surprisingly similar tastes in shows. Who knew, right? Kiyoshi seems to be totally hooked, while Midori can't stop talking about the plot twists. I'm saving my surprises for later, though. Haven't finished the second episode yet. No spoilers, please. You remember Kiyoshi's secret sauce recipe? Now he's thinking about trying dishes from the show. Can't wait to try the witch's soup with Kiyoshi's secret gravy. Midori's already predicting a bestseller there. Kiyoshi's witch soup. As long as there are no magical repercussions, I'm game. Anyway, I think I'll get back to my terrarium project. Need to make sure I don't kill these plants. They might be tiny, but they've got a lot to teach. I'll keep you updated. Catch you later.